श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे फस्ट् स्तोत्र ॐ विश्वं विष्णुर्वषट्कारो भूतभव्यभवत्प्रभुः भूतकृद्भूतभृद्भावो Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavana. Okay. So, yesterday we were talking about the importance of Shraddha, surrender. What is that? Śrāddhamadhītamavratamadakṣiṇaṃ, aśraddhayā, śrāddhayaṃ through to Taittiriya Shruti, he was explaining. You have to do charity, do donation with Shraddha, and you have to if you perform the fire oblation with sacrifice, it will produce great results, etc. Okay. Now, Shruti was given. He is giving the Smriti for that. Aśrotriyaṃ śrāddhamadhītamavratamadakṣiṇaṃ adakṣiṇaṃ yajñamanṛtvijāhutam aśraddhayā dattamasaṃskṛtaṃ havirbhāgāḥ ṣaḍete tava daityasattama aśrotriyaṃ śrāddhaṃ adhītam avratam adakṣiṇaṃ yajñam yajñamanṛtvijāhutam aśraddhayā dattaṃ asaṃskṛtaṃ havirbhāgāḥ ṣaḍete tava daityasattama. Hey daityasattama. Daityasattama. Sattama means great, the greatest among the daitya, the demons. Demon king. Okay. Oh, you demon king, listen to this. Aśrotriyaṃ śrāddhaṃ. The śraddha, the ancestral rites performed without a person who has studied the Vedas. Meaning, in the ancestral rites, they cook a very lavish feast and they invite the Brahmins and they feed them. There are basically three Brahmins: Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Okay. Now, you see this in Mandana Mishra's dialogue also. In Shankara Digvijaya, our great Acharya, Vidyaranya Swami, he establishes this, the rule. This re-establishes this. Like Mandana Mishra was so great, he invited not just any learned one. He invited Vedavyasa itself as Vishnu in the Vishnu leaf. Okay. Then we have at that point, when Acharya Bhagavan Bhashyakara enters, Vedavyasa, they have a debate, a duel, and then Vedavyasa tells, don't shoo him away. He is great, the greatest of all the Kshatriyas. So make him sit as Shiva himself. He is Shiva himself, letting sit in the Shivapti. And when Mandana Mishra requests him to eat, he says, take Bhiksha. Bhiksha means to have food. Okay. So Bhiksha is a word which is used for this normally. So Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, okay, give me Vada Bhiksha. Give me the alms for having a debate. Then I will take the alms for food. So then they agree and then that happens. So aśrotriyaṃ śrāddhaṃ. A śraddha performed without a learned person there as the receiver. Nowadays, there is a group of people who are doing this as a profession. Not many of them have studied great, but now we are just for namesake some Brahmin. Okay, that's the kind of, and many people don't even do the Shraddha karma itself. So it's a rarity for both of these to meet. Aśrotriyaṃ śrāddhaṃ. Okay. Adhītam avratam. Avratam adhītam. Vrata means you have to practice some rituals. Rituals means some penance, some austerities. Vrata. So here the brahmacharya etc. vratas which are prescribed for studying the Vedas. If a person who does not practice these vratas, these austerities while studying, 2. Adakṣiṇaṃ yajñam. A fire oblation which is performed without any donations. anṛtvija, ritvija rahitam anṛtvija, okay, anṛtvijāhutam, a fire oblation where there is no ritvik. Ritvik means the Vedic Pandit who has studied the Rig Veda, one who has, if he is not there, then aśraddhayā dattaṃ. And if you donate things without any shraddha, asaṃskṛtaṃ havihi, and the fire oblation is not purified properly, bhāgān ṣaḍete, all these 6, tava daityasattama, the result will go to you. When you do these things, then the one which is nourished is not the deities. The demons are nourished. That is why we see almost all the 6 are happening now. Since all the 6 are happening now, instead of the nourishment going to the deities, they are going to the demons. That is why the Kali Yuga is so dirty. Okay? Now, puṇyaṃ madveṣiṇāṃ yacca, madbhaktadveṣiṇāṃ tathā, krayavikrayasaktānāṃ, puṇyaṃ yaccāgnihotriṇām, aśraddhayā ca. Okay, we'll come to that. Puṇyaṃ madveṣiṇāṃ yaduca madbhaktadveṣiṇāṃ tathā, krayavikrayasaktānāṃ, puṇyaṃ yaccāgnihotriṇām. The punya performed by madveṣiṇāṃ, people who hate me, the Ishvara. Madbhaktadveṣiṇāṃ, under the punya of people who are devoted to me. One who condemn the people who are devoted to me. The punya of people who condemn me, the punya of people who condemn my devotees, krayavikrayasaktānāṃ, and the punya of people who are involved only in buying and selling, yaccāgnihotriṇām, and the punya of these kind of agnihotris, aśraddhayā yaddaṇam, aśraddhayā yaddaṇam dadatāṃ yajatāṃ tathā, tatsarvaṃ tava daityendra matprasādād bhaviṣyati. Aśraddhayā yaddaṇam, the agnihotri where the karmas are performed without shraddha, and the donation which is given without shraddha, and the yaga, the fire oblation itself is performed without shraddha, all those, tatsarvaṃ, all the results of those, tava daityendra, O king among the demons, it will go to you. Matprasādād bhaviṣyati, because of my grace. So, because of my grace, all the results all those punyas will go to you. What will go to him? The punyas they gain through performance of these karmas, it will go to the demons, not the deities. Okay, then there are some 4-5 shlokas which are included in some, but generally these are not seen. These 4-5 shlokas from Mahabharata is not seen, so we'll just drop it. Aśraddhayā hutaṃ dattaṃ, tapastaptaṃ kṛtaṃ ca yat, asadityucyate pārtha, naca tatpretya noiha. Aśraddhayā hutaṃ dattaṃ, tapastaptaṃ kṛtaṃ ca yat, asadityucyate he pārtha, naca tatpretya noiha. And from Bhagavad Gita he says, aśraddhayā hutaṃ, without shraddha, the fire oblation which is performed, the donations which are given, the penance which is done, the austerities and other activities which are performed, all of them are called as asat. Asat means non-existent. But karmas will give result. So they are existence, right? These karma performed without shraddha is non-existent. Why? Because naca tatpretya noiha. It will not give any result either here or hereafter, after your death. Iti, ityadi, smritibhyascha. We have already seen this shruti. Okay? So, from these smritis also, śrāddhayyā eva stuti namaskārati kartavyam na aśraddhayā. It is very clear that we have to perform the stuti, namaskara, etc., the eulogizing and the salutation, etc., prostration, etc., with shraddha, not without shraddha. Okay? Then, what will happen if I do without shraddha? It is asat, there is no result. But I didn't mean to do that. Okay, because when you perform the karmas in the puja, etc., rituals, at the end there is one shloka, yani kani ca papani janmantra krtani ca, like that. There is one shloka when you do pradakshana. And there is another shloka which they say normally, mantrahinam, kriyahinam, bhaktihinam, maheshwara, sureshwara, etc. Okay, so whatever is whatever mantras are incomplete, whatever kriyas are incomplete, all that, oh Lord, please take care of it. Make it complete. Like that, we pray at the end. Those are for things which we did without knowledge or in ignorance. Okay? Without your intention, it was performed. Now, here, when you perform something and there was no shraddha there, then there is no result. Then he says, Om Tat Saditi Nirdesho Brahmanastrividasmrtaha. Bhagavad Gita says, Om Tat Sat. These are three names of Brahman. Okay, so these names are to be taken. Iti Bhagavad Vachanat, from the statement of Bhagavan, Stuti Namaskaradikam Karma Asatvikam Vigunamapi. The Stuti Namaskaradi, salutations and elocution, etc., which are performed without any shraddha. Asatvikam means asad, means without any shraddha. Vigunamapi, or performed without completion. It is not completely performed, it is half-baked performance. Even though if it is half-baked performance and without shraddha, shraddha purvakam brahmaṇo'bhidhānatrayaprayogeṇa. With shraddha, if you are going to take these three names of Brahman, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, all these three are names of Brahman. So he says, when you take this name, Om Tat Sat, that is why when you complete the chanting of Bhagavad Gita, Om Tat Sat, iti Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, so Upanishadsu, not iti Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Om Tat Sat, only after that we chant. Okay, so brahmaṇo'bhidhānatrayaprayogeṇa, with the name, three names of Brahman, Sagunam, with Shraddha, if you chant these, Sagunam Satvikam Sampaditam. It will be endowed with all the qualities, good qualities, and it will be endowed with a sattvic aspect. It will produce sattvic results. Atmanam Vishnum Dhyatva Sri Namaskaradi Kartavyam. And another important point, you have to meditate yourself to be Vishnu and then perform the Stuti Namaskara. Vishnu means if you are worshipping Shiva, you have to see, there is a statement, Brahmaivasan Brahma Pyeti. Being Brahman, one worships Brahman. Devo Bhutvan Devan Apyeti. Being the deity himself, we perform the worship of deity. I told you that is the point of doing the Anganyasa, Karanyasa, etc. Right? So here, then you have to see yourself to be Vishnu and then worship the Vishnu. See yourself to be Shiva and worship. Invite the Shiva in you and then worship Shiva. Okay, we are not doing the worship of duality. I am the devotee and you are the devoted. No, you are inviting that the Ishvara you are worshipping to be you, and then you worship that Ishvara. Okay, we'll come to this. So there is one point which I want to tell. I'll tell at the end of this. Na Vishnur kirtayet Vishnum, na Vishnur marchayet. Na Vishnum Vishnum archayet, na Vishnum samsaret Vishnum, na Vishnum Vishnum apnuyat, na Avishnuhu kirtayet Vishnu, na Avishnuhu Vishnum archayet, na Avishnuhu samsaret Vishnum, na Avishnuhu Vishnum apnuyat. Na Vishnuhu is two negative compounds. Vishnuhu, na Vishnuhu iti Avishnuhu, na Avishnuhu iti na Vishnuhu. Okay, so it is stressing the point. Two negative compounds is normally used to stress the point. Na Vishnuhu. A person who is not a Vishnu should not sing the praise of Vishnu. A person who is not Vishnu should not worship Vishnu. Na Vishnu samsare. A person who is not Vishnu should not do the transaction with Vishnu. A person who is not Vishnu does not gain Vishnu. Iti Mahabharata Karmakanda. This is what is said in Mahabharata Karmakanda. Okay, now next. Sarvan yetani namani parasya brahmano nagha evam yetani namani devadevasya kirtayed yam kamadhi avidyayet tam apnotya samshayam sarvan kamanavapnoti sammaradhya jagatgurum tanmayatvera govindam ityedattalbhya nanyatha tanmayo vanchitan kaman padam apnoti manavaha iti Vishnu dharma. In Vishnu dharma, these shlokas are said. it is said to Dalbhya, hey Anagha Dalbhya. Anagha means Agha means sin. Anagha means one who is sinless. O sinless Dalbhya, listen to this. Sarvani etani namani parasya brahmanaha. Evam etani namani devadevasya kirtaya. All these names here and whatever was said there, all these names are of the absolute self. And you sing these names in the praise of the God of gods. And when you praise using these names, the God of God, when you sing on the eulogize the God of God using these names, yam kamamabhidhyayet, whatever you desire, tam apnoti asamshem, without doubt you gain all those results. Sarvan kaman apnoti, why to say whatever you desire? All the desires are fulfilled. Sama aradhya jagatgurum, by worshipping nicely this Guru of the whole creation. Tanmayatvena govindam etad nanyatha. And by being one with him, you have to worship, not otherwise, not as a devotee and devoted, but being one. Ekatvam. Tanmayatvena means ekatva bhavena. By being one with that worshipped. So you have to worship him. Tanmayo vanchitan kaman. When you see the non-duality, whatever desire, you gain all that. What is there to desire? Because if everything is Ishvara, then what is there to desire? Okay. Now, sarvabhutastam yomam bhajatyekattamastitaha sarvasa vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate iti Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan establishes the same point. What does he say? Sarvabhutasthidam yomam bhajati ekattamastitaha sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. So, sarvabhutastham yomam, me, one who is existing in all the beings, bhajati ekattamastha, one who worships me, existing in all the beings with focus, ekattam, or with focus, non-duality, in the sense of non-duality, then sarvatha vartamane, whatever he may be, sa yogi mai varta, he exists, that yogi exists in me. Okay? So, iti Bhagavad Gita. Now, we are said that we have to worship by becoming Ishvara. Okay. Now there is a stupidity. Somebody sent me a video today morning, which was of this lunatic who entered the sanctum sanctorum, where only the Brahmins enter. Okay. So the Brahmins, that too, one who is doing puja, only he enters, not the others. Even though they may be Brahmins, they don't also enter there. Only the one who is entitled to do the puja, only he enters there. Now, he entered there with pant and with pant, they don't go to the room before. Pant and shirt also, they don't go to the room before the sanctum sanctorum. This fellow went inside the sanctum sanctorum and took all the vessels which had milk and water and all that for abhisheka, for the bathing of the Lord. He took it on poured it all on him and said, declared, I am the God. That is what Hiranyakashipu did. This fellow is a lunatic. There is a stupidity. I am God. Aham Brahmasmi is interpreted as I am God by some idiots. And these are all the result of that stupidity. Now, you also say, Aham Harihi, next slide, Aham Harihi, next sloka slash. And you also say, you have to become Vishnu. Yes, I didn't say anything else. I definitely said you have to become Vishnu before worshipping Vishnu. But there is a difference. I am Vishnu and you are not. That is not the idea. There was another video which I saw. In India, the previous month, this month means it started around 15th, right? December 15th. So the previous month is November 15th. November 15th, around November 15, 20, they start this Kartik month, they call this. Okay. So they start wearing the sacred beads of Tulsi as a vrata, as an austerity to stay 40 days. There is abstinence, They have to eat only vegetarian food. They have to uh, bathe twice at least, morning and evening. They have to chant the name of God, etc. And after 40 days or after stipulated period, they go to Shabarimala, okay, to see Lord Ayyappa. Now, these people are called as Swamis. They Maniganda, if they are small boys, they are called as Maniganda Swami. Mean they are seen as the form of Ayyappa themselves. Okay. Now, these people, they normally when you're angry, you can scold at another person. But when they are wearing, they themselves are wearing, or somebody is wearing whom you want to scold, if that person is wearing, they cannot use bad words. So these are all some restrictions anyway. So these two boys, they want to go to school. So one fellow is calling the other person, Swami, let us go. Yeah, they are wearing the tulsi leaves. They are going to go to Shabarimala. Swami, let us go. Okay, it's already time. Let us go, Swami, to the school. No, 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 no. We are not going to school. We'll play. In the afternoon, we'll go to school. But the teacher will, 11 o'clock, we'll go to school. But the teacher will beat us, right? We have this mala. No one will touch us. How can they beat us, Swami? Okay. So they go after playing and all at 11 o'clock. The school time is 9 o'clock. They are going to the school at 11 o'clock. And the PT master, who is in charge of these kind of restrictions, latecomers and punishing the latecomers, he is waiting there with a stick. Then these two boys say, Swami, don't touch us. We are Swamis. We have put the garland, the beads. PT master removes the bead himself and says, I also have put beads. I am also Swami. If one Swami hits another Swami, if one god beats another god, it's not a sin. So he starts beating them. So this way, those people who were around that lunatic, they should have thrashed him by saying, okay, you are Swami, I am also Swami. Let us do this. They didn't do it. Why? See, aham harir sarvamidam janardanam nanyat tatah karana karyajatam idrmano yasya natasya bhuyo mano bhavodbhava dandvagada bhavanti. So, when we say you have to see yourself to be Ishvara, that does not mean that you should see yourself, only yourself as Ishvara. Because with the Shruti, Aham Brahmasmi does not say you are God. The Shruti, Aham Brahmasmi says you and the substratum or the essence of God is the same. That is what it means. And that is why he says, Aham Harihi. I am the Vishnu. I am the Hari. Then you are my devotee. No. Sarvamidam Janardanam. All these are Hari themselves. Janardana themselves. Vishnu themselves. Everything is Vishnu and I am also Vishnu. Na anyat tatah kaya karana jatam. There is nothing which is cause and effect, the ignorance and the creation other than the Vishnu. Idring mano yasya, one who has this clarity, na tasya bhuyo bhavodbhavaha. For him, there is no more bhava udbhavaha. Bhava means samsara. Udbhava means manifestation. There is no more manifestation of samsara. He does not come back to samsara. Not just that dvandva gada bhavanti. There has been no dualities in his heart of desire, hatred, likes, dislikes, etc. This is what is said in Vishnu Purana. Guror yatra parivado nindavapi parvartate karno tatra pidhatavyo gantavyam va tatonyatah. So, okay, this is what is said. Now, oh, your guru is an idiot. That is why he said all that. If somebody says like that, Guror yatra parivado nindavapi pravartate karno tatra pidhatavyo gantavyam va tatonyatah. Guror yatra parivado nindavapi, where there is some bad mouthing or defect finding of the guru, pointing out to some some unexisting defect or something about the guru, then what you should have to do? Fight with him? No. Karno tatrapidhatavyo, you have to close your ears. There was one Shiva devotee who had two bells, like the earring. He had two bells hung to his earrings. Like when somebody talks anything bad about Shiva, he'll be cling, 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 he'll shake his head to make the sound. So you have to close your ears, not listen to them. Or gantavyo va tatavanyata. Or you have to leave that place. You should not stay where they are bad mouthing Guru. Okay, iti Manu vachanam. This is what Manu says. Tasmad brahmaṇo'bhidhānatrayaprayogeṇa avatiṣṭhate iti Vyasa smrite. Why should we not listen to? Why should we not speak about Guru in bad sense or talk evil about Guru? Yes. Tasmad, therefore, brahmaiva acharya rupena avatiṣṭhate. The Brahman alone is manifesting, is existing in front of you in the form of Guru. This is what Vyasa says in the Vyasa Smriti. Varam hutavah jwala punjasya antarvyavastitihi na shauri chinta vimukha jana samvasa vaishasam. Na varam hutavah jwala punjasya antarvyavastitihi na shauri chinta vimukha jana samvasa vaishasam. What does he say? Varam, it is better, it is great. Hutavah jwala. Huta means the fire oblation. Vahat, that which takes the whatever you throw into that, the fire oblation material, which is fire. Okay, so hutavah jwala, the tongues. Jwala means the tongues of the fire. Punjasya, the group of tongues. Antar vyavastitihi, entering the fire, burning fire is better. Then what? Na shauri chinta vimukha jana samvasa svaisam. Better than staying in a place where they speak ill about the God, or Guru. In Bhagavad Gita also it is said, Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. It is better to die following the dharma than to not follow it. Even if it is part, it is okay. Even if you are not able to completely perform everything, it is okay. But following another dharma is not proper. Now here, iti Katyaya vachanam. This is what Katyayana says. That is why Bharata, India, they have a rule. You should not cross the ocean. When you cross the ocean, they say it's a sin crossing the ocean. And the Shastra says that. And why is that? Because when you cross the ocean, you will not be able to follow the dharmas which are listed. We see many people who go to other countries, though they may have followed all the rituals here properly, when they go there, they completely discard it and in fact go against it. For namesake, they are Brahmins, not performing anything Brahmanika. So I have seen a lot of people like that. So he says, iti katyaya vachanat. Or they'll become a Vedantis thinking they are smart, they'll not stop performing the Nitya Karmas. This is what Katyayana Acharya says. Okay, yatra deshe vasudeva ninda tatra vaso na kartavya. Simply put, what he says is where they are talking bad about Vasudeva, you should not stay there. Vasudeva and Guru also. But it says only Vasudeva. Why did you add yourself? He says, Yeda uktam bhavati. This is what is said. This is one Shvetashadra Upanishad. Yasya deve parabhaktihi yatha deve tathā guru tasya degadhyāśyarthaḥ prakāṣante mahātmaṇah. Yasya deve parabhaktihi yatha deve tathā guru tasya ethe kathitahi arthaḥ prakāṣante mahātmaṇah. To that great man, to that noble person, the whatever teaching is imparted, they will illumine. The teaching will be illumined only to those people who has great devotion to God and the same devotion he has for Guru, God and Guru, one who has this a similar devotion to God and Guru, only to him the teaching, aforesaid teaching will be enlightened. Iti Shvetashvara Upanishad mantravarnat haro guru cha parabhakti karya iti. So the Shvetashvara Upanishad also very clearly says that you have to have the same kind of great devotion towards your Guru and God. Okay. Avashenapi yannamni kirtite sarvatākai uman vimuchyate sadyah simhatrastair mrigairiva. So the greatness of this is said. Avashenapi yannamni kirtite sarvatākai puman vimuchyate sadyah simhatrastair mrigairiva. So even without your effort, accidentally, like when you are when they keep a knife on your neck and say chant, you chant, you take the name of God. I'm just putting the extreme. Or suddenly, due to fear, without even you realizing you are chanting Rama 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 or something, okay, then yannamni kirtite, if you take the name of God, sarvatākai puman vimuchyate satya, immediately that person is relieved of all the sins. Simhatrastair mrigaiva, like the deer which immediately runs away from the lion, or the deer which is caught by lion, whichever way. Okay, so meaning this take name, it catches hold of this deer of Papa and destroys it. That's the idea. Jnanato vapi vasudevasya kirtanat tatsarvaṃ vilayam yati to yastham lavanam yatha. Jnanato ajnanato vapi vasudevasya kirtanat tatsarvaṃ vilayam yati to yastham lavanam yatha. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, if you are going to sing the greatness of Vasudeva, if you are going to take the name of Vasudeva, all of them, tatsarvaṃ vilayam yati, all of them are going to be destroyed, merged. What are they? All the sins. Like toyastham lavanam yatha, like the salt piece thrown into water, it disappears. Similarly, all the papas disappear. Kali kalmasha, what tatsarvam, all of them. What is the all of them? Kalim kalmashamatyugram narakarti pradam nrnām prayati vilayam sadyah sakrutyatra samsmrte. Kali kalmasham atyugram naraka arti pradam nrnām prayati vilayam sadyah sakrit yatra anusmrtehe. Even if you remember one time the name of God, remember, not even taking, even if you remember one time the name of God, then kali kalmasham atyugram, the sins of kalmasha means the sins, the defects, the sins of Kali Yuga, which is atyugram, very, very strong sins of Kali Yuga, naraka arti pramam, which is going to give you the result of the worst of hell, the worst of troubles of hell, nirnam prayati vilayam, that also gets merged, that also is destroyed when you take the name of God, when you remember the name of God. This is what is said in Vishnu Purana. Now, sakrit smrutopi govindaha nirnam janma shataiః kṛtaṃ paparāṣim dahatyāshu tūlarāṣim ivanalaha. Sakrit smrutopi govindaha nirnam janma shataiః kṛtaṃ paparāṣim dahati ashu tūlarāṣim ivanalaha. If you take the name of, if you remember the name of Govinda even once, that memory, that recollection, that what does it do? Janmashatai kṛtaṃ paparāṣim, the group of sins which you have performed in all the past 100 births, ashu dahati, destroys it immediately. Like a tūlarāṣim, like a mountain of cotton burns immediately when you throw fire on it. Like that, all the sins are burnt immediately. You'll see this. Then there is two shlokas, next two shlokas, which are which are put in square brackets, but this is accepted. We'll see this also. Okay. Om Purnamadaః Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.